The reason why we were able to find major success with this brand wasn't because we hopped on the latest trend or because we tried some black hat tactics with campaign optimizations or anything crazy like that. Just in this case study alone, we were able to take this brand from 0 to 24,000 with a very simple strategy. This is how we took one brand from 0 to 24,000 with Facebook ads in less than 30 days. And it is pretty simple and pretty straightforward. And if you don't already know who I am, I'm Keeler. I run a social media marketing agency that specializes in Facebook ads for e-com businesses. I've helped multiple e-com businesses scale, whether it's in the actual meat industry, clothing industry, drink and beverage. We've helped multiple e-com businesses scale with Facebook ads, and it's gone pretty good so far. So number one is actually the product itself. The product itself will actually do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. And if you don't have a very desirable product or it's not up to date, let's say with the social standard, it's going to be very hard to actually sell your product. So let's say, for example, we compare a iPhone 15 Pro to an iPhone 7. If I'm trying to sell iPhone 7 to a mass market when the iPhone 15 Pro is out, it's going to be very hard for me to actually sell that product. So having a good product that actually is going to basically sell itself is going to help you in the long run with Facebook ads. Now, you can sell products that maybe aren't super mass market or competitors don't already have. That just means you have to introduce the actual product itself differently inside Facebook ads. Now, we can go deeper into that in a different video, but for now, we're only going to talk about the actual product itself. It's that you need to have a superior product. So if you look at your competitors and what they are selling, you need to have a just as good product or even better product to really sell your product with Facebook ads, because there's so many benefits to actually purchasing the iPhone 15 Pro versus the iPhone 7. So there's no reason for me to buy the iPhone 7 when I can go buy the iPhone 15 Pro. Number two is the landing page and the actual funnel itself. Now, this is going to play a big part in how you actually advertise with Facebook ads, because if you're sending them to a landing page that looks super standard and it's a really simple Shopify store, it's not really going to make people want to actually purchase. Now, there's multiple things you can do to spice up your actual Shopify store. Let's say if you even are selling on Shopify, you could use a different template or a different theme, they call it. And I know every store actually comes standard with Dawn. Now, what I like using is actually called a template called Refresh. Just looks a little bit better than Dawn itself. But the look of your website actually plays a big role with conversions on your website, because let's say we bring 200 people from Facebook ads into your website and nobody's converting. Well, we can clearly narrow down our issue and see that, hey, our landing page, our funnel is clearly the issue, and we need to make some changes on our website, whether it's going to be, a sale, whether we need urgency, whether we need more social proof, whatever it may be. We can add all of that inside our actual website and help increase our conversions. Because let's say we have a 1% conversion rate on our website. It's going to be really hard to actually be profitable with Facebook ads if we're at a 1%. Now, anything around from 3 to 6 is optimal for Facebook ads. Now, when it comes to actually optimizing your website, there's multiple tracking platforms and tools that can help you really optimize your site, from tools like Hotjar, which is a live tracking and hotspot for your website, which shows you where people are clicking on your website, where they're looking, and the actual sessions of your website. Number two would be something like Triple Whale is a really good tracking platform that shows you all of the sessions from Facebook and any other ads platform like Snapchat, Pinterest, Reddit, Google Ads, anything like that. And that will show you how many sessions are coming in from each ad and also your conversion rate on your website, which will help a ton. Or you can even use something like Microsoft Clarity or even GA4, which is another tracking platform. Two that I did not list on this document, but two very good also tracking platforms that will help you optimize your website. Another small little trick, let's say you have a big catalog and you have multiple SKUs and you send them to like a favorite page or bestsellers page. On mobile, if you have 3 products in a row, that will actually help boost your conversion rates, because it's showing more products when people scroll. Instead of rather having 1 in a row or 2 in a row, it gives people instantly more products to see on your website. And, they scroll down a little bit, they can see, 18 products and a couple of scrolls instead of 4 or 5 products and a couple of scrolls. So big difference, and it really helps increase your conversion rate. Now, number 3 is actually going to be our ad account structure. For this, we're going to be inside Facebook Ads Manager. I'm going to run you through how I actually set up a new campaign for any one of my clients. And it's super straightforward, and I'm going to walk you through it right now. So we're going to click create right here in the top left. And whether you're doing a leads campaign, sales campaign, it's all basically going to be the exact same. But for this, we're going to be doing obviously e-commerce and sales. So we're going to click sales on this, click continue, and we're going to do a manual sales campaign. I don't really do Advantage Plus shopping campaign. I always like doing the manual because I can target a little bit more inside manual and adjust a little bit more settings inside manual rather than Advantage Plus shopping campaign. So I'm going to click manual right here and click continue. Now for the campaign name, you can name this whatever you want. I'm going to skip past this part so you can really name it whatever you want, whatever you like. And the only thing we're going to change inside this is we're going to click on Advantage campaign budget down here, and we're going to set this budget to either $40 a day, $50 a day. I recommend doing around $40 to $50 a day to start, just because you want to be spending $100 a day and have a bunch of ads that are just burning through money. I'd rather find an ad that does well and then start scaling my budget. So I'm going to click next now after I just dialed in all of this inside the actual campaign level. One more thing you can do as well, if you're in a certain category like credit, employment, housing, social issues, elections, any of that, I'm going to assume most of you aren't, so you don't need to worry about that, but just in case you are. But we're going to click next now and go into our ad set level. And for the ad set name, you can name this whatever you want. Again, for me, I'm going to click website. Some of you guys may have website and shop. That's really up to you. A couple brands, we do website and shop, and they do pretty well on the shop for their products. And I'm talking about shop, which is going to be the Facebook shop and Instagram shop. But for now, we're just going to do website. And for our performance goal, it's going to be maximize number of conversions. You could choose your pixel right here. Obviously, I have one pixel. For a conversion event, we're just going to do purchase right here. Don't do anything like initiate checkout, add a cart, anything like that, just because Facebook's going to optimize for what you choose your conversion event. So let's say I choose purchase for my conversion event. It is going to optimize for purchases. If you choose add to cart, it's going to optimize for add to cart. A lot of e-commerce, when they first start advertising on Facebook, they think immediately, hey, if I optimize for initiate checkout or for add to carts, I'm going to get purchases. When in reality, that does not happen. Facebook's going to target all the people that initiate checkout but don't actually purchase products, or they add a cart and they don't actually purchase the product. There's multiple people on Facebook that, like me, for example, I don't purchase anything really off Facebook, but I'll click on something, maybe add a cart or save it or start initiate checkout, look at the price, and I say, you know what, I'm done. But now Facebook knows, hey, he's more likely to initiate checkout or add to cart, and I'm now kind of in their category of add a cart or initiate checkout. Rather than there's more people out there that are going to purchase more products off of Facebook, and they already have, and they fall into a certain category inside Facebook. So if you're going to optimize for add to carts, do not do that. If your end goal is to have purchases, just optimize for purchase itself. Now for dynamic creative, we'll talk about this later on, but we're going to skip past this for now and we're going to leave that off. For budget and schedule, this can stay completely the same. And for audience controls, completely the same as well. And Advantage Plus audience can stay completely the same, and as well as placements. So that could all stay the exact same, and Advantage Plus is good for all that stuff. The only thing I would change is that if you're in a different country, make sure you choose your country. Obviously right here, it already says United States. And we can see we have 140 million people to 165 million people, which is around the amount of people that will actually purchase a product off of Facebook inside the United States. So that's all good for now. We're going to click next and we're going to go into our actual ad level now. For our ad name, you can name this whatever you want, like I said before. And for our ad setup, we're going to leave it as manual upload, single image or video. And you don't need to add in a website URL right here in ad sources. You can if you want. You don't need to. It's optional. I would do it just to help enhance your actual ad, but that's up to you. And for the ad creative, you can upload any ad you want, whether it's an image or a video. I'm going to add a video since I already have videos inside this ad account, which is my personal ad account. I'm going to click next. It's a really old video, so don't poop on me here. But for our primary text, we can add in literally whatever we want here. I'm just going to put hello just so you can see it. And for our headline, I'm going to put bye just so you can see that as well. So as you can see right here, our primary text says hello. And if I add in our destination here at the bottom, which I'm just going to put my actual business website, you can now see I actually get the button right here where it says learn more. Now we can actually change this button up top. So we're going to go back up to where it says call to action right here. And we're going to choose purchase if we can have the option to purchase, which we don't, but that's probably because I've never had anybody purchase off my site or off my pixel, because nobody purchases off my business site. It's all appointments and everything else. So I'm going to do learn more for now. You should have purchase if you have purchases coming off your website and on your pixel. So I don't have that call to action, but most of you will. Now that's all good to go. And so we can now go down to tracking where we see website events. Blur this out, by the way, even though it's not active. Website events is just going to track all the data and send all the data to your pixel, which is going to show, what people are clicking off Facebook, off your ad to your website. And if they're purchasing or they're initiating checkouts or whatever they may be doing, it's going to track all that data and send it back to the pixel. And it's going to optimize for more of those people. Now, you can add in URL parameters, which would be for tracking platforms like Triple Whale, GA4, some multiple other platforms out there where you could add in tracking parameters. And I recommend you actually get a tracking platform like Triple Whale or any other tracking platform out there. I just like using Triple Whale. Integrates really easily with Shopify, but there's multiple others out there as well. But that will be a lot more accurate tracking ads itself rather than Facebook. So definitely recommend getting a tracking platform. I'm also going to give you guys my full video on how I use AI to actually write ad copy for me as well. So for like the primary text and the headline, that'll be in this document that I give you in the bottom of this video. You can go to the description and find this document and download it or just look at it, or you can go into the description and click on the video itself. So I'm actually going to give you guys this document, and also you guys can watch that video on how I write copy. Now for the actual budget, it is going to be super simple on how we actually manage our budget. Let's say we have multiple ads that are actually doing well, they're bringing in money, and they're not actually making us lose money. They have a good ROAS, they're beating our break-even CPA. Then we're going to scale the budget by 20% each day until we hit our certain CPA that we want to hit or a certain ROAS that we want to hit, and we'll stop after that. Now, don't scale your budget by 20% if you don't have ads that are bringing in money into the business or bringing in purchases. That's not going to be profitable for your business, and you're just going to spend a bunch of money and burn a bunch of money. For calculating your break-even CPA, we'll go over that later in this video. Now, for advanced ad account structure, it's going to be a little bit more tricky, but also super easy to follow along. As you can see, I have a bunch of DCTs in here, which is dynamic creative test, which I talked about before in the video. And we're going to go over that right now on how to actually set up a DCT and how to test multiple ads inside one ad. So back inside the actual ad set, as you can see right here where it says DCT or dynamic creative, we can actually turn that on, but this is actually going away here shortly. And what that's going to allow us to do is we can now go back into our ad level, and it automatically turns on flexible. So what flexible allows us to do, we could use up to 8 images or videos. I think it's even more than that. But as you can see, I can go down into media right here where it says add media. I can now click on add videos. I can now choose video 1, video 2, and video 3 and click continue. What that now allows me to do is I can now test all 3 videos, which are very similar to themselves, inside one ad level and test them against themselves to see, hey, is this photo working better than this photo? Is this headline working better than this headline? Is this subheadline working better than this subheadline? Is this primary text working better than this primary text? Whatever it may be, we can test all of that inside an actual DCT. That's why we have a bunch of DCTs inside one campaign. It's because we're testing a bunch of ads that are very similar to themselves, but just with different photos or different headlines or different subheadlines, whatever it may be. And that's how we're able to find the messaging that works for our products, or the headline that works for our products, or the subheadline or the offer, whatever it may be. That's how we test all of our ads, is inside a dynamic creative, and we just call it a dynamic creative test, which is now going away in Facebook slowly, and is now just going to be in the ad level, and it's going to be called flexible. So moving forward, it will just be the flexible option right here where it says format, and you just choose flexible. So number 6 is kind of why use Advantage Plus on Meta. Well, it's going to be super simple when I explain this. Well, Facebook's AI has gotten so good, or you can call it even Meta's AI, has gotten so good at knowing you better than you. So why try to beat AI? All this retargeting when Facebook knows who to show the ads to and what they like and what they've purchased before. AI has gotten so good to the point where it will always beat you. And even for the ad copy, it's 99% of the way there, and it will do all the work for you. So might as well use Advantage Plus on everything that we do for Facebook. Obviously, we're not going to do the Advantage Plus shopping campaign. We're still going to do manual for that. But for the Advantage Plus placements and for even the Advantage Plus audience, we're going to leave that as Advantage Plus because Facebook has gotten so good. Now, the creatives are actually the most important part when it comes to advertising, the actual ad creative itself, whether it's the video or the image, whatever it may be. There's 3 statistics that you can really determine whether the ad's going to be good or not. So that's going to be frequency, CTR, and CPA. Now, frequency is just the amount of times the ad is actually getting shown to a person. So if your ad has a frequency between 2.0 or 3.0, it's a little bit high, and it's probably showing you that, because how it works is you have a small group of people that would actually be interested in your product or your ad, and Facebook knows that, and it's showing that ad to everybody it can. And let's say you get to a really high frequency of 5.0, 7.0, that means, hey, it basically reached its max audience it's going to show the ad to. And you kind of need to start testing new ads. And you really only get a high frequency if the ad is doing well and you have a good CPA on it already. It's just showing you that's going to start burning out and you need to start making new ads. Now, your click-through rate, or CTR, that's going to be for the link only. So how many people are actually clicking on your ad to your website? If that is above 1%, you have a actual good ad that is bringing people to your website. Now, I would rather have the ad be between 2% and 3%, but anything above 1% is considered a good ad. Now, for the CPA, that is super simple as well. You can go to Google and type in CPA calculator, and find a website that will calculate your CPA for any of your products, and that will give you your break-even CPA. Now, as long as the ad is bringing in people below your break-even CPA, that means you're making money on the ad, and it's considered a good ad, and you can scale that ad. Now, obviously, you don't want to be past your break-even CPA, because that means you're losing money on advertising, and you don't want to scale your budget at all. Now, in this document, I added in a website that has a good break-even CPA calculator for you, and you can calculate that yourself. It just takes your actual cost of goods, your shipping and handling, and any other miscellaneous expenses you may have for your product, and then your product cost, and then your actual product, and then how much you're actually selling your product for, and then that gives you your break-even CPA, whether it's going to be $26, $32, even $15, whatever it may be. You really need to know your break-even CPA so you can actually scale your budget and make more money for your business through Facebook ads. Now, that's all I have for this video. If you guys really like this video, like and subscribe. I'm gonna drop more content like this all the time on case studies and businesses that we've helped scale. And if you have any questions at all, leave them in the comments and I'll answer all those questions that you have. But I really appreciate you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys soon.